Hey IDs, welcome to Module 11. We're going to be working on summative assessment this week, and I hope things are going really well with your project and it's continuing to move forward. And I know that these last couple weeks have been rather busy weeks with some heavy assignments and things like that. But it's going to pay off. The multimedia assignment is just going to do great things for your multimedia piece when you have it in there. And what's good with these next 2 weeks, right, is I created the formative assessment and the summative assessment, which of course are going to be in your course, right? But I made them due so that you'll have them done, and I really want to be able to give you good feedback on them too, so that you have a really good formative assessment and a really good summative assessment in your final course. So that's the rationale here with that, and it helps you just get it out of the way, and then. Obviously there's other assignments that are kind of just presented and then a given week, and I do at the end. But I'm hoping this creates kind of a good balance so that you're kind of working on a little bit at a time rather than doing it all at the end. That's always my goal with that. So with this whole module with summative assessment, again, what's really great is having these two modules, formative and summative, kind of back to back, so we can kind of discuss and think about both of them, compare them both, and then see, in fact, if one leads to another. And it's interesting because that's what the article this week is about. The Taris article is all about that, and how they're very, very interrelated, and how one can potentially lead into the other. And what's interesting to me is that it's almost in a counterintuitive order, which it's fun, it's interesting, and of course that's what the discussion is really going to be about. Taking what you know about formative assessment from last week, you had 2 readings on it, you really worked hard on that sort of stuff, right? And then we have this week with the summative and a rubric, the tool that's going to help measure this, milestone assessment, and then see what your output is after that, And I'm expecting, and it normally is, that the discussion from this week in Module 11 is really good, and assessments are I'm a big fan of that. Formative assessment probably. The thing that I do the most with research and presentations and things like that, and so it's I think it's really fun to be able to make this to kind of do some writing on the relationship between the two. So there's those are the things. The one other thing I want to just bring your attention to that I'm reasonably proud of is that there is a scenario-based assessment summative assessment in there that I used for a legal studies course here at Northeastern, and really an interesting assessment. Just have a look. It's not your typical, a pencil and a Scantron sheet exam. Okay, it is a midterm, but it's a little bit different in that these legal studies students are being asked to respond to particular scenarios, and in the role of a lawyer and how they would handle that, and it's obviously a kind of an essay response type of exam, but it really gets you thinking experientially. And of course, Northeastern is all about that. That's our label, right? So we're thinking that way. So have a look at that. It's in a PDF form, and it's in a PDF that eventually became a storyline, interactive lesson thing, with the questions embedded, summon questions embedded within the storyline interface. So it's actually pretty interesting in that way. So that's pretty much it. I hope you have a really great summative assessment week, Module 11. Next week we're going to be talking about collaboration, which is super important, right? And we're going to just keep moving along with the projects. Time is getting short, but hopefully things are going really well, and I anticipate that they are. So have a really great week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.